Hi guys, it's True here. Welcome to another episode of Sega Saturday. Today I'm bringing you an all-time Sega Megadrive classic. Probably majority of you know what it is already, just from the start of this introduction screen. It is of course Streets of Rage on the Sega Megadrive. We'll get straight into the game. You play as three characters in the game. You have Adam, he's in the yellow vest top. You have Axel in the white vest top. That's a bit frisky, he just went straight onto the demo. And you play as Blaze in, well, Blaze is the woman. They all have different characteristics, but there's not much difference between them, to be honest with you. We're going to quick options first of all, because I haven't played this for a while, to see what the controls are. We'll leave it on normal. Special, attack, jump, right, got that. Right, let's get a cracking. Simultaneous two-player, of course. Yeah, so Adam is powerful, got a good jump, slow speed, but to be honest with you, he's not that much slower than the others. Axel's got a rubbish jump, he basically hasn't got a flying kick, he just does a flying knee, and Blaze is a little weaker in terms of attack, but she's faster and she's got a good jump kick. We'll play as Blaze. Adam got dropped from the subsequent games. They always had, they always tried so hard to get a decent roster of characters. They introduced a good character in the second one with Skate. Oh, I've just used my special attack. What an idiot. Anyway, this is a special attack. It firebombs the area and basically damages everything on the screen. Let's see what moves have we got on this one. You've got your punch, your jump kick. You do also have throws, grabs and knees as well. Let's see, there you go. You can throw them if you sit at the front, and if you grab them from behind or do a transition like that, you can slam them into the ground. Oh, you can also land on your feet from, I just remember that as I was flying through the air. If they throw you, if you press jump just as you're about to hit the floor, you can actually land back on your feet again. Avoid taking damage, obviously. There is some co-op moves as well. There is you end up throwing each other, I believe. I'm not really playing this an awful lot in two players, so it's just too faffy to utilise specials. That you just do your own thing basically. I don't think we've got the charge attacks on the early game. Let's have a look. No. Jump and we've got the back attack. There we go. Oh, I did figure it out. Why is it not working now? There we go. Jump and attack at the same time with the back attack. I'll show you that in effect if I can, which I can't. There's an example landing on my feet. So, sorry. Anyway, you get the idea. This is the cartridge version of the game. The definitive version of this is the Mega CD version, which came on the Sega compilation, which came with the machine. Basically the same game, the graphics have had a little bit of a tidy up, and the musical soundtrack's been completely mastered and is even more awesome than it is on the cartridge game. The cops that you saw in the special for the special attack are actually the E-SWAT police. Obviously have their own arcade game and Sega Megadrive game as well. First weapon there. No proper weapon, we had the bottle, didn't we, earlier on. Good mixture of enemies on this game as well. You've got the bog standard guys in the blue bag with different various colour variations. You've got the Kung Fu experts who I've just killed. There's women, which are the typical dominatrix, whip wielding. Double Dragon seemed to start that off. Every single female in a beat 'em up had to be a dominatrix or somehow clad in leather. You've got a good range of bosses as well. The bosses, if you play in 2-player mode, actually get doubled as well, so you verse 2 versions of them just to make it a lot harder. This first guy, I think I'm coming up to soon, he's got a boomerang. This was absolutely amazing though back in the day, and it still is now. It's just one of the best side scrollers that there is. Now is the Dominatrix. Some of these women have an annoying, it's not an attack, it's, I don't know how you describe it, get off me. You punch them or do any kind of attack to them and they collapse to the knees, pretending to be all weak and fragile, and then they'll get back up and beat the crap out of you. Oh, good, there we go. Energy comes in 2 forms to replenish. You got the roast joint there, which replenishes your health to full, and you also have an apple, which gives you a little bit of health. And here's the first boss. I don't think the bosses have got names. This first guy wields a boomerang. You can fly and kick the boomerang out the air when he decides to throw it. It's not got that much energy on normal. On higher difficult levels, he's got a lot more health bars. He's nearly dead, he hasn't even touched me yet. In fact, he is dead. There we go, that's level 1 completed. The classic level complete tune of Streets of Rage. Awesome. Good mixture of levels in this as well. I mean, we've just had like a city centre scene there. We kind of like now go into what I'd say was a bit of the slums, or you know, it's a bit of a rundown area. Boss to this level, I think, if I remember rightly, is a Freddy Krueger type boss. He's got claws for hands, or claw gloves rather. I think the third level is the beach or the park, and you fight a wrestler at the end of that one. I'm obviously not going to get that far in this playthrough. Level 4 I think is the pier, if I remember rightly, and that's the only level in the game where you actually fight 2 bosses, even in single player mode. But it doesn't change in 2-player mode either. You still fight the same 2 bosses, and they actually look like carbon copies of Blaze, just that they're in green, and they are probably the most annoying boss because they never stand still. They jump all over the bloody place and are really, really annoying. I think the level after that, you go into a factory, and I think the bosses are the fat men. And then you go on to the the lift level, and then into the mansion to fight Mr. X, who has a machine gun, which is very unfair. Oh, extra life. I mean, I know a lot of people do criticise the Megadrive for its sound capabilities, but the Streets of Rage soundtracks are bloody great, especially the second game. There's a lot of people who love this game more than the second one, and it's not splitting hairs or anything, but personally I like the second one, but they're both on par really. I mean, I'm talking like I'd be giving one a 9.9 and the other a 9.8. They're that close together. We won't even take number 3 into the consideration because that game just completely ruined the series. I think that's probably the only time I've actually cried when I've actually bought a video game. It was just such a big disappointment. After years of playing number 2, number 3 came along, and I didn't know at the time all the troubled development that it actually went through and all the chops and changes that the European and American versions actually went through. Didn't realise that at the time, which obviously explains quite a lot, but whoa, what a mess they made of that game. This enemy's a bit of a pain in the ass. It's a fire juggler. He'll stop and throw flames every now and then, and you've got to flying kick into him to knock his juggling sticks out of his hand, or you can just punch him and do that. It can be a bit annoying. But yeah, Streets of Rage 3, I just don't know where they went wrong with it. I mean, it was probably Sega's second leading franchise behind Sonic, and they just completely annihilated it with number 3. Just completely felt wrong. Even going back to it on the recent Sega Classics release on I think it came out on Xbox and PS3, even going back to Streets of Rage 3 now, it's just a shambles. I was saying earlier as well, they always struggle to fully complement the cast of characters. I mean, Adam got dropped, and I think it was a bit harsh really, because Adam, there's not really wrong with him. The second game introduced Max, the wrestler, who I personally liked, so he had quite a lot more moves than the others. He had quite a lot of slams and overthrows, which if you learn to time them right and stuff, give him a lot more arsenal than the other characters. They obviously got it right with Skate, because he was an awesome character, and then Max got dropped for the third game, and Dr. Zen, or whatever he bloody was, the guy with his stupid bionic arm, got introduced, and what a shambles he was. Oh, come on. I think I'll just clear this second level, guys, and leave it there, just to show you this awesome game. And here's the Freddy Krueger boss, I think it is. I will use my E-SWAT attack. Yeah, he is. And he's got a mate as well. They do have a few different variants of this attack. It all does the same thing really. He just firebombs the area and causes damage. Not sure how much it'll do to the boss. It took him down to his last energy bar. Oh! Bosses can be quite nasty on it. They are the typical arcade style boss, where most times you approach them, they will get cheap hits on you. There's nothing you can do, you just gotta take it. When you do die as well, you do get another E-SWAT attack by the looks of it, so let's finish him off with a nice special. Yeah, there we go, lovely. You should be dead now, hopefully. Yeah. So yeah guys, hope you enjoyed that blast from the past there. That's the classic Streets of Rage on the Sega Megadrive. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be bringing a play of Streets of Rage 2 very shortly.